What's up, guys? Welcome to my 2024 Day 2 Exponent coverage. This is part 2 of 2. Yesterday, we covered the top half of the show. Today, we're covering the bottom half of the show. This is rooms 1 through 7. Right now, I'm on the bottom floor. This is where most of the high-end stuff is, so bear with me. Whether you can afford it or not, I think most of us can appreciate the eye candy at minimum. But let me tell you about some people I bumped into while we're here. I bumped into the cheap audio man, Randy. Guys, I did not know he was so tall. Look, he's not like 7 feet tall or anything like that, but he's definitely, I think he's at least 6 foot tall. I didn't realize that watching his videos. I also bumped into Aaron from Aaron's Audio Corner, and I didn't notice the dude is jacked. He's carrying around some serious biceps. He's definitely in the gym, and I respect the hell out of that. Let's get back to the show, though. So, in this room, we have Bowers & Wilkins. These are some of their flagship towers. They have a tremendous amount of bass capability and potential. If you have the space and budget for a speaker so large and so heavy, a subwoofer truly is optional. I've heard these in a few different rooms over the years. This is going to be the PSB room. I'm a big fan of PSB speakers, even though I haven't reviewed a lot of them on this channel. They're a massive company, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to connect with these larger companies, but I exchanged business cards with the gentleman in the room, and hopefully we'll see more PSB on the channel. This is a brand from Estonia. This is a Megabuck speaker. It's called Astraeon, I believe is the brand, and these guys were just super down to earth, so I wanted to show them. Okay, Rutherford Audio. Look how massive this speaker is. Let me ask you, would you guys call this a huge bookshelf speaker? Would you call it a floor stander or a tower? I don't know how to quite categorize this speaker. The sense of scale and ease to which it was playing at loud volumes were truly breathtaking. I asked the guy how much they weighed and what delivery looked like. He said it was absolutely showing up on a pallet around 3,000 pounds. MoFi, you guys said you wanted to see that tower, the new one they came out with. Here you go. Hope you enjoy it. Griffin Audio. This is another super high-end esoteric brand. Look how big their speakers are. Despite being very high-end and outside of my budget, this is a high-end brand I actually have a lot of interest in simply because I love the aesthetics. It's kind of futuristic, kind of dystopian future styling. It's dark. I love it. T+A, on the other hand, is almost the polar opposite. It's another high-end brand, but it's really clean, very simple, almost Scandinavian looking. If you have that Pinterest-style living room, T+A is going to look absolutely beautiful if you've got the pockets. Not much to say about this room. Nordost showed up with pretty much the same setup they had last year, a pair of giant speakers, a bunch of high-end power amplifiers, and their cables. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, this is the star of the show. Morel came in. This is a high-end driver manufacturer from the car audio industry. They haven't done a home audio product in a long time. This set of towers is incredible. $2,000 for the pair is what they're going to cost. The bass capability was insane. I didn't ask for a review sample. I demanded one. Guys, this is a 24-inch subwoofer you're looking at by Stereo Integrity. That's a passive unit. You're going to provide your own amplification. Don't ask Nemo Propaganda to review it. You guys already know that's too heavy for me. They are going to be doing a bookshelf. I did talk to the owner. He seemed really open and receptive to me doing a review on the bookshelf speakers, and I hope to bring that to you guys in the next few months. This is going to be the Lumen Room. These components are the definition of understated, simple, clean aesthetics. I love to see it. Mission. I tried to get with these guys about a year ago and do a review. We couldn't make it happen. I sparked up that conversation again today. Hopefully we'll be seeing some Mission gear on the channel. And yeah. JBL, real tough brand to work with, guys. I don't think we'll ever see Nemo Propaganda review a JBL product. However, it's an American classic, and I had to show them some love, even though my channel's way too small for them. First Watt, Nelson Pass, great amplifiers, impeccable build quality. We know his designs are all about sound quality. His room looked beautiful. It sounded beautiful. No surprise. Arcam. They have their electronics in the room with Revel speakers. Now, Revel's not my cup of tea, a little bit too dry, a little bit too analytical and lacking in emotion, but not everyone feels that way. This room wasn't just esoteric in price. These speakers are absolutely esoteric in design, but I gotta admit, despite the price and interesting form factor, the sound was absolutely incredible coming off of these things. This was a really interesting room, guys. This is an Asian brand. It's kind of got that Goldman aesthetic with the multiple arrays. The price, $250,000. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. A little too ugly for that price, if you ask me. This is the AGD room, so we just went from something pretty ugly to something very beautiful. Their amplifiers are made in Italy. I talked to the owner's wife, lovely lady. You might see an AGD review in the future, hopefully. These are the Triangle 40th anniversary towers. The wood finish on these is absolutely beautiful. You'll get to see more of this when I cover the Triangle review, which is coming up in just a few minutes in this video. This is Gershom Acoustics. I haven't seen anyone post a review about their products in quite a while. I saw them, they looked nice, but I didn't really feel like they were a fit for my channel, so I probably wouldn't cover them unless you guys really asked. Sue Research, yes guys, I definitely busted their balls for ignoring my emails in the past. I handed them my business card, I reminded them I'm local, the ball is in their court now. Mako speakers, this was really interesting. It's an open baffle, beautiful tube amplifier, by the way. But the Mako speakers, open baffle dipole, granite front baffle. Look as I slowly zoom in. Look at the shine on that stone. That's a beautiful design. Okay, this is the Hagel room. And they had a set of speakers here. The name escapes me, but they're very well known to be very hard to drive. And these speakers, no doubt, show off that Hagel has no problem driving difficult loads. They bring a lot of current to the table, and they sound fantastic. Martin Logan, no stranger to hi-fi. These guys are well known. Anytime I come to a Martin Logan room, it's always loud, clean, clear, and has powerful bass. I hope to check out one of their smaller speakers one day. This was a ProAx speaker, and it was paired with Rega Electronics in the room. These two brands are both well known. I haven't covered any of their equipment. I can't remember if I exchanged business cards with anyone or not, but I hope to cover some of their stuff in the future. Goldman, look at this speaker. This is a powered tower, obviously a pair of them. Very monolithic design. I thought it looked nice, but I have a feeling it's going to be polarizing aesthetically. This was just a room I jumped into, had some equipment that it's kind of tough to get a read on, but it was a lot more expensive than I thought. Okay, I don't know how to say the name. Is it Auralac? Anyways, you get the point. Beautiful components, beautiful casework. I love when companies use those clear acrylic tops for the trade shows to show off their internals. Not sure I'll cover any of their equipment. Their cheapest streamer is $3,000. Not out of my wheelhouse per se, but I'm not sure too many of us would be into that. Triangle Art, some horn speakers, big soundstage, big imaging, no surprise. Definitely not my cup of tea as far as size and aesthetics. Look at that turntable, that thing's a behemoth. Heaven 11, the Billy Amp, met the owner, had a good chat. I've had my eye on this for a long time. We exchanged business cards. He seemed very open to a review. I hope to have a review sample in the next few months. CSS in the building. You guys know I love their bookshelf speakers. This is their new tower. It is very bass capable. A subwoofer is absolutely optional. I was hearing clarity right on par with something like the One TDX. This is going to be a big winner. This was a DIY room showcasing the different things you could do with SB Acoustics drivers. The big ones you see off to the side, those are what we're playing. Tremendous bass coming out of those. This is another room showing off SB Acoustics. I'm not sure if that's available as a finished speaker or a DIY kit, but it sounded pretty good. This is another high-end room I just jumped into. Anytime I see those Chord electronics, they just get me going. This stuff's, it is pricey, but I think Chord at least brings a really unique and aggressive statement piece look to the table. So the stuff looks like what it costs. This is the Cambridge room. Love Cambridge. Their room is always a good time. Parts Express. If you need any parts for a speaker, whether it be terminal posts, some wiring, anything at all really. These guys sell all kinds of stuff. Parts Express, check them out. I've bought from them many times. Vanatu powered speakers. I've reviewed the Transparent Zero. They got a RSL sub in the room. They know what's good. Check out my review if you want to know about the Transparent Zero. Great little speaker. Harbeth. I've never heard them in my space. I'd love to one day. Anyone I've ever talked to that owns Harbeth seems to love the tonal character. I hope to be able to check out a pair at some point. This room, I'll be honest, I completely have forgotten why I filmed this room, what's in it. I'm drawing a complete blank. Guys, it's day 2. I've been walking around for hours. It is what it is. This is another high-end room I walked into. And if some of you guys are like, Nemo, how come you don't remember? Guys, I'm covering every single room at Exponent in 2 days or less. I got to be in and out of each room in like 30 seconds. It's quick stuff. Boom, Triangle. This is their room. They came out with the 40th anniversary series. Beautiful finish. Electro Companiette components. This whole room looked so beautiful. I hope to get a review sample of those bookshelf speakers. Just the finish is so beautiful and the price is reasonable. I think right around $2,000. MSB in the building, very high-end components. Definitely too rich for my blood, but just in case there were any fans of the brand, here you go. Enjoy what you see. Not sure how to say that. Is it perhaps Aratai? Either way, this room had really good looking gear. It sounded good. A lot of clarity coming out of these speakers. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what the price is, but it's probably up there. Philharmonic. I tried to talk to the owners, guys. A lot of you have asked me to do a review. He was tied up with a bunch of people. I couldn't get his attention. Maybe next year. This is the Monarch room. Forget about what's in here. These are car guys. Love to see that. They even had a BBS wheel off to the side. You can see some racing memorabilia there. Love to see the crossover in the hobby. Monitor Audio. A great team of people. Turns out some of the employees live right around my neck of the woods, so there's a good chance I might be able to get my hands on some review samples from this brand. Maybe the speakers, maybe some of their subwoofers. We'll see. Speaking of the subwoofer, I did get to hear it, and I was impressed with what I was hearing from this little box, let me tell you. Anthem. I've never experienced their components. This is another brand I'd like to check out one day. I did try to exchange business cards with them. I'll be honest, that I have a stack of business cards. I can't remember what came of it. Lingdorf. This speaker is such a unique look. You'd expect it to sound thin because it looks thin. The speaker actually had fairly confident bass, a very full sound, and a lot of clarity coming out of it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing from that form factor. MoFi, here's another example of those new towers. A lot of you guys were asking about them. I did get to hear them in the room, but it's a little bit difficult to form an opinion at a trade show when I'm in and out of the room so quickly, but they did look good. This is the last clip, guys. Thank you for tuning in. See y'all next year.